Hello, Virgo Virgs. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right. Just wanted to grab some tarot. All right. This is for Virgo Spirit. Happy Friday, TGIF. So let's see what's coming up for the sign of Virgo. Holy Spirit, my angels, my guides, give me a very clear message for the sign of Virgo. All right, Virgo. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you have not. Let's see what's coming up for Virgo. This is my Precisely Leo deck. Um, just one word type of stuff. Okay, okay. Ooh, there's somebody here you don't care about or don't care for. You're realizing that you no longer care about somebody who may have shown you that they don't care about you either. Okay, yeah, if you were depressed about the situation, I feel like you stopped forcing connections and you're no longer depressed, whether it's in regards to love. Maybe you could have been wanting love, Virgo, but it feels like you are no longer forcing things. You're no longer depressed whether love comes in or not. I feel like you no longer care about what's out there, but rather what's within yourself. So you could be spending time taking care of yourself. You could be in self-care at this time. So you may have just came out of a journey or karmic cycle. All right, let me have more cards here, Spirit, before we go better. Okay. You could be getting into your femininity. You could be taking care of yourself, getting some more rest, a lot of rest. I don't know if this wanted to come up. Okay, so you're using both your spiritual knowledge, your spiritual um, part of you, and you're also being logical, but you're not entirely being logical. Like, oh, you're also following your intuition. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Okay, so shallow. You could be shallow about yourself in regards to what you will and what you will not accept. Some people may feel like, okay, you're being shallow because you're not accepting anything less, so you're not willing to settle. And to some people they may feel like you're being shallow, but I don't think you're being shallow. If you are taking care of yourself, why can't you take care of yourself, right? So you're expecting of others what you expect of yourself, as you should, because there are people that expect you to treat them right and treat them better, give them everything when they don't have that for themselves. And I think it's unfair that people ask of people of what they don't already have themselves. I won't. Yeah. So some of you, you're not gonna settle for those type of energies. People asking more of you when they cannot even give themselves that much energy, that much benefit, or that much benefit of the doubt, or whatever it is that they're asking of you. But you may have stopped giving or over giving to people, places, things, circumstances that no longer give you. You just cannot do it. Maybe you've been doing it, you're depleted, you're feeling depleted, and you're like, no, I'm not doing it. Some of you, you're falling into a state of depression because you were giving so much love to things that was not loving you back, things that were not caring for you as much as you were caring for people, forcing people, forcing love on people that did not want to give you back, and you were just depleting yourself, falling into depression because it's like pouring into a cup with a hole, and it's just like it's not going anywhere. So I feel like you stopped, and you had to be logical about things. Maybe you were so in your spiritual, maybe you were in your hermit mode, and you're like, okay, because that's divine feminine energy can be very nurturing, can sometimes even give advice that is not solicited, and you're like, okay, why am I doing this? Sometimes you have to be shallow, you have to be selfish, okay, with your energy, and be like, okay, no, this is it. I won't do this again. I can't do this again. I cannot even afford to do this again. So you may have learned some type of lesson here. All right, so let's take some tarot for Virgo Spirit. Give me more information, Spirit. Give me a message for the sign of Virgo. Give me a message for the sign of Virgo, Spirit. Yes, temperance. So you're having patience with yourself. You're giving yourself the grace to be balanced, okay? You're giving in moderation as well. Even when it comes to yourself, you're being patient with yourself. When you find yourself wanting to give, or wanting to overgive, or wanting to share, or wanting to advise, or you're taming yourself, and you're like, okay, I have to be sensible here. I have to be sensible with what I'm giving, what I'm doing, and make sure that I'm aligned to the people, places, and things that I'm trying to pour into. All right, so you're protecting your energy, which I love. Yes, the hangman, I did say that already. You could be in your hangman energy. You've posed, you've put yourself on pose. You're like, wait a minute, I have to let go of some of these things. Your perspective is changing. You're starting to see that it's not benefiting you in any type of way or capacity. You've had a deep insight, and that you need to change and let go of giving so much to people that are not giving into you or giving to you, which I love. Yep, because it was depleting you. Some of you, you may have ended up in places where you've suffered financial loss because, again, you were pouring into people so much, sacrificing yourself and depleting yourself, really. Okay, worrying yourself up, um, worrying yourself when you shouldn't be. A mindset that takes care of others before you take care of yourself. That is actually what is taught, that we have to be selfless, we have to give to other people, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have on the external until you're depleted. How can you give what you do not have? I think that's a concept that is so incorrect, to pour into people when you don't even have anything to give. Giving your last cent and you are being evicted out of a place, or you're being removed out of a place because you cannot. Look, I know that money ain't everything, but it surely does pay the bill. Some of you, you could have been giving to everything else, including even maybe addictions, and that is feeding to an entity that is a parasite on you. So I don't know why I'm getting where I'm getting that from, but yeah, you could have had an entity or a demon or a spirit that has been taken from you, okay, because you've been feeding that mindset, and it feels like you are changing that. So you could be defeating something here. That's good. That's good. All right, let's see here, and that is your energy too, Virgo. Could have been dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, somebody that could have been depleting you as well. You may have not realized that this person could have been depleting you. You didn't have to give them financially or anything, but feeding somebody, you may be like, okay, I grew up in a place where I don't see people starving. They, you have this nice hospitality about you, but some of these people, they just be using you. Okay, they could have just been using you on a spiritual level. They eat your food, they take your sexual energy, and they leave you depleted, and at the end of the day you have nothing to show for it, because these are people that did not want anything with you. So you had to be shallow back, okay, to temper, to balance out the situation. So say you could have been given to a situation that was not giving you back. All right, so now we do have a Four of Wands here. We're going to see what that Four of Wands is. For some of you, it could be a twin flame that was unhealed and you were healed, or it could have been a situation where you were stable and the other person was not stable. So there could have been a difference in energies here. Let's see what else is coming up. Star energy, which is yourself. Queen of Swords. Not being too logical, but also keeping your boundaries clear, okay, and making unbiased judgments and independent, self-governing type of energy with a clear mind. I like that energy. Death card. All right, somebody here wanted to continue, okay, wanted to continue putting you in this energy, okay. Somebody wanted to hold on to you and keep you in this place where you could not transform. Some of you, you may have worked on something already, and this energy comes in to test if you have learned the lesson. Okay, so you may have had somebody who could have came to reflect on you. Yeah, it could really be a twin flame. For some of you, it could be a mirror soul, somebody that came to reflect, to see if you've actually changed. Somebody that could have been sent from the spiritual realm. Did you actually change? So if, for example, say you were recovery, say from some type of addiction or even financially, and then this person comes in and tests you, okay, because we will get tested at some point, right? Did you really say you're out of, that's, you're no longer smoking, you're no longer drinking, you now know how to, work your money, you're no longer lazy, you no longer have an eating disorder, you're tempted by something here. Something could have tempted you to see if you were still weak in that area before you can be given this stability. Okay, that's what Spirit wanted. Okay, so some of you, you may have faced the last, not the last test, but the last big test, because death is the major arcana to the everyday things here. Okay, there's something here that you left that you were doing every day, or something that you do on a very regular or consistent basis, and Spirit came to see if you really close that chapter, and if you pass this test, then you would have the stability or something here in as a reward. Because some of you, you do have something that is coming towards you, something that is going to be healing. Okay, something that is very hopeful. You have a fortune, a good omen here that is coming in when you have clearly shown that you have passed the test. So let me look at this Four of Wands here. Let me have, it looks like you have a reward that is coming from Spirit if you pass this test here. Yep, you have an offer. Knight of Pentacles. It could have taken long because maybe you were here a little bit. You may have stayed here for a few. I don't see you being here too long. It could have been a karmic cycle, but I don't feel like you were here too long. You did not stay here too long, and now you have your stability. You have an offer here. Your hard work is showing up. Your productivity is showing up. Your efficiency, your responsibility. Changing your own circumstances here. Okay, some of you, you may have had to step back to really look at the bigger picture, and you are now moving forward. Okay, very nice energy. Give me the result of this. Give me the outcome for this test. Yeah, okay, good. You're moving forward. So from the 5 to the 6, you're moving from the 5 to the, so you're progressing. You are not going behind. You're not changing, going backwards. You are moving forward. You're transitioning forward. You are moving forward. You are releasing baggage. You are moving on. I love this energy. You passed the test here. You passed the test. So now you are going to your stability and to your offer that has been promised to you. I like this energy a lot. You are taking a lot of time off to heal. Some of you, you need to rest, you need to rejuvenate, you need to take care of yourself. There is a self-care element here, and the renewal of the mind, recuperation, retreat. Some of you, you may be taking a trip to a retreat or some type of vacation. Okay, you are what you call it, you are deserving of it. Okay, is what I'm hearing. You are deserving of that. Let me see what else is coming up for Virgo, and I'm going to close this reading. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you have not. Let's have one final message for Virgo Spirit. What would you like to tell Virgo? Thank you, Spirit. One card. Thief. Okay, so be very careful. Again, this person, you may not have seen the last of this person. This person may be coming back to try and test you again. So just because you are able to move forward here, this person is probably not done with you. Because if you look at this 6 right here, this card is moving on, 6 of Swords. But then we have this Thief card here, which is a 2 and a 4, which is a 6. So this person is coming. Okay, this person is not done with you. They could be holding on to your energy. They want to continue to siphon your energy, to take from you. I think in the beginning I talked about somebody, even if you're just feeding them, or if you're giving them money, giving them your sex, whatever you were doing for this person is not done with you. Okay, there may be a narcissist energy or a narcissistic energy, but they're holding on to you and they're coming back. You have not seen the last of this person. All right. At the bottom, we have thoughts. Yeah, they are thinking about that. They are thinking about that. Somebody's name may start with an M or C, W, T, J, or someone may have that in their name. Someone here could like to paint a picture that, you know, they are a decent person, but they're really not for your highest good. This person may even be very consistent when they come back in the picture. They can be consistent when they come in the picture because they do think about you, but what they think about you is not how you would like them to think about. They may think about you in a very shallow way. Okay, so make sure that you are covering yourself, you are protecting yourself, and that you will not go back to the same place that you used to be, because you may have removed yourself from a pit. You may have dug yourself out of it, and here comes another test. Don't do it. Okay, I love you guys. I love you hard. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but I feel like you have somebody who's coming back again with this with the negative intentions or with the bad intentions. I love you guys. I love you hard. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.